Yeah, B1 Brother Moses, and I am live. Let me get a one in the chat when somebody is rocking with me. Let me know that you're in there and that it is live. Meanwhile, I'm gonna jump on the YouTube and see that it is live because I know my notifications may not always go out. Short notice, epic loop drill. I didn't have this one in the works for about 3 or 4 weeks now, so we'll get into it in a minute. But let me get a one in the chat whenever y'all get there. I know we got somebody who will be first, so give me a sec. And I'll be rocking with you. Let me see. I got myself on the screen right now. That's all right. Got my good apple juice. My Snapple apple is going to be a good one, man. It's like an hour and 30 minutes of an epic loop drill, and I can actually go into it because I didn't set it up in advance. It's not going to stay, but it is something that's going to last. So let's get to it real quick, though, because I am noticing a little delay, just a little delay, not too much. They say if you turn camera off, that might help. Hopefully that can take away that little delay that I was noticing on my end. Appreciate it. And this is going to be an epic loop drill because we're at an intersection. And I put it down in the description below for those who like to actually read. I know sometimes people don't get into it, but when I was bringing this together, it is a list of shorts, clips, and previously published content. It's not exhaustive, but there is a lot of names included. It's used to educate viewers on the intersection of that LBGTQ inclusivity argument that challenges the principle and applicability of free speech. Content itself is a category of controversy. So in this loop drill, Charleston Whites, his behaviors will be analyzed. His actions are set to a theme of gaming, executed with clips from famous gaming live streaming channel Grizzley Gaming. Concurrently, there are spiritual themes and secular point of views overlapping to demonstrate how fast millennials consume information today. If you've enjoyed the content, and if you find some value in the argument, be sure to check out more from my channel. All right, so I've been able to say that I actually wrote in the description below. Epic Loop Drill Charleston White Unhinged a couple of different ways. And we're going to show and demonstrate that, not just that it's unhinged, but to be able to give some critical analysis about the behavior. Now, we've seen him do some partnerships. And so his name is Buzzin'. I didn't at him because I didn't know if he has finally created his own YouTube channel, but because his name does have a little bit of buzz, he has a little bit of a space to then be critiqued. He's not entirely a public person yet, although he is on the road, according to him, doing tours as a comedian or wanting to open up for comedians. He had signed some type of deal with TK Kirkland, and they were working out where he would go and open up for like comedy. For him, he says he'll take his act on his own. And then also for him, he says he was interested in trying to get a deal through Kick. So live streaming, podcasting, and such like that. Those would be his endeavors on his end. But, you know, B1 Network, I'm taking this controversial critique and saying that not just his behaviors, but in line with the intersectionality, bringing him into the conversation of whether or not he is standing on a principle. We can have that based off of his words. And, you know, just saying it is one thing, but actually showing the receipts is another. This stream is a bit long, so y'all pop in and pop out as you will. Let me get to the sharing of the screen part because you know me, I'm from the tribe of long winds. L Bug, salute. And because I'm from the tribe of long winds, I could be here all morning just talking about the piece rather than getting into it. So that's been my 4 minutes. 2 minutes really about what the piece is. It doesn't mean anything to me, so any critique is welcome in the comments below. This may not be one of those streams that they allow to stay up because, again, I do piece together a hell of a lot of other previously published works that are already available on YouTube. And while I'm getting better at saying or giving the credit on the end cap, on this one, it is like an hour and a half. So I know it, I can list it, it is available. But for educational purposes, we're going to analyze this intersection, have that critical lens of, are we being too inclusive? And if that is the answer, how inclusive should we be? Now we're looking at the monetization lens, which is the gaming space as a juxtaposition. So that's billion in industry wise. They're looking at the billions in revenue and saying, hey, this is an industry where Black folks have driven tremendous interest through hip hop, through music, now through gaming. And we know that gaming is a thriving industry for some. Should more Black people stand on it, or are we standing on principles that say, look, there are some things that even the gaming space, there are maturity ratings, there are things that have to be monitored, and thus we have some ground to stand on principle versus not just allowing any of the gaming, not just allowing any free speech, not just allowing all inclusivity, but having some form of control on what we would allow even for our children. Now, that gaming argument goes deep because there are financial ramifications beyond just it being a billion-dollar industry. Free speech as a way to say what you want is sometimes hilarious, the comedic voice, and people place a lot of value on that comedic voice, being able to say something in a joking manner. But today's society is still a society where laws are to be written and enforced. And so if we're saying no to gaming, in many cases, that's saying, are you saying no to some of the comedians like your Richard Pryor? What if people want to use their content? Are you saying no to the, those who have actually put their life on the line in those chicken circuits and did what they did in order to reach their step and fetch it level of success? And now, Black comedians, Black entertainers, Black whatever it is, film writers, educators, film, it's not just the film element, but your intellectual property, your right to say what you want, monetized in a social media space. But that being said, inclusivity, it's a whole lot of gay shit. And I'm B1 Brother Moses. I stand on the principles of what a nuclear family should look like. I have my struggle love years, and so I'm always willing to share a little bit more about my struggle love years. But with that, yeah, my long wind is actually at 4 minutes. Let's get into the broadcast, and I'll show you what we got for this one. I'm gonna let it run for at least the first 5 minutes. You won't hear me. That way I know that we don't have any of those echo delays. And then I'm gonna come back and ask if there's someone in the chat with me for a little bit of feedback there, so we can see if I can talk and play it, or do I just need to do one or the other. So I'm going to share from the media player window, not the entire screen, which is my screen one, share system audio, share the audio. And let's get into this epic loop drill. Starts off with the spiritual undertones. We know that there is a war going on. Some people call it a gender war. Others know that it is more spiritual than just gender. And for that, the critical job of what men should say and do and how we should respond, the spiritual undertones is a key element. And then we'll see the secular point of view, blatantly and apparent, which is the legal argument in this case, the lead attorney. And so we have two juxtapositions analyzing what I would consider the unhinged Charleston White. Is it fraudulent behavior? Is it just clownish? Is it just earning a bag? Is he being used? Is he being played? Is his safety in order? Is our safety in order as we stand on heteronormative values? The protection of heteronormative values, are those at risk as we become more and more tolerant and more inclusive? You'll see all of that in this, and you'll hear some voices that you may be familiar with. Shout out to them. All right, so let's get into it. Salute.
Greater warfare in any sphere of our culture.
When I feel like somebody playing me as a sucker, homie, I get little man syndrome. I get real, yeah. So
I'm about to post all these texts. You're like, man, I'll send some dick pics in there to these.
Fucking clown. If you know I'm about to post all the texts, you a clown.
Here's another thing, guys. As a content creator, be careful sending these damn texts. Because when somebody get mad at you, they'll say the same thing. I'm about to post all these texts. Like, man, I'll send some dick pics in there to these women. Like, don't post my shit.
So you saying Bam Man care about dick pic? Yeah. Why? He sent me some muscle pictures. So why would you send him your dick? That's the only muscle I had to send him.
Dude, he sent me jerking off in the shower.
Put up videos flexing his muscles, showing off his new styrofoam body. So I wanted to show him what real meat looked like.
So they were able to have a hearing in a
Here's a
default
link,
judgment
man.
place based off me not showing up to court.
And they say, hey, Jay Morrison won his case against Tony the Closer. It's over. He won.
So essentially,
my girl,
my
I
attorney
wanna fuck with
last
you
year
from the
got pregnant.
beginning. You try to get her to
She
come
had
and do interviews and all kind of shit.
withdraw
And
from
she
the case
wouldn't
because
do
she
it.
couldn't take
You a
on the
clown.
responsibility like she
You a clown.
her mother.
Your number one employee, you're trying to fire her behind her back. And then Tony starts telling the whole world.
It's what gay men do.
You was out here begging me for
Right.
motherfucking the clothes
Let's go.
for fucking weeks.
And did Tasha K ever deny it?
Oh my God, this fucking. How you know what I picked? Huh? How did you know what I picked? Because Prime, this is my uncle.
This the dude that this my cousin. Yeah. I ain't even none of that, bro.
Oh, well, who your cousin? No, I don't care about no King Von. No. I don't care. I don't care. So?
This the nigga that, why you hang with this nigga, boy?
Prime.
Say it again.
We got the parade here for myself. Then we're gonna shine a light on
This is Chicago thug.
B&B Sports Academy.
He's been throwing up gang signs. If you see him in the video, he's throwing up gang signs. So he's a known gang member.
Boy, Charleston White, you was a bitch, boy. That nigga said he was with him. He was with him. Man, I stayed with my older cousins. Motherfucker went to praying who did what, who, man, we was about to whoop your ass when you come back down here from telling. Your ass, I can see you had a soft upbringing. That video I seen was just so funny. The nigga got so tough when them police, when you see them lights, nigga got so tough, started yelling, you know. Boy, the red and blue lights, man, save a nigga life, huh?
This nigga really called me out. Just like y'all gentlemen, nigga, I ain't bullshit. Shoot the shit out of one of these little motherfuckers that kick my ass. I will whip my foot so far up your ass, you'll floss your teeth with my shoelaces. Nigga, don't motherfucking play with me, bro. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with mine.
What's going on, bro?
Don't play with mine.
Yeah, I
don't play
just
with
want to
mine.
tell T.I. son.
I ain't
That
gonna
nigga
say
say
no
my mama
name.
raised
Nigga, I don't play police games.
Your
If I
mama
go
and
to jail,
dad
go before something.
raised a yellow freak. Yeah, that nigga T.I. son say, nigga, I'll whoop your old ass. Now, T.I., you raising these kind of little yellow motherfuckers. You got a yellow motherfucker look how your son look, talking about he'll jump on a 50-something-year-old nigga. Your boy, hey, you so T.I., them the kind of boys you got? Say, T.I., listen, if your boy jump on me, y'all will bury that yellow motherfucker. I shoot him right in his goddamn throat. Look, I wish an 18, 19-year-old nigga would jump on me. Boy, I Trayvon Martin, that little motherfucker. I swear to God. My right hand to God. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If T.I. son jump on me, I'm on George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin, his little motherfucking ass. I'm gonna let him get on top of me.
He's scared to buddy. He's scared to.
Yeah, I'm on Trayvon Martin, his motherfucking ass. He got me fucked up. Nigga, you better get your son, T.I.
This is my cousin, bro. You smiling, bro?
Yeah.
You smiling?
Yeah, I'm smiling.
What you gonna do?
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Cause we finna do it. We finna do it.
I wasn't serious, though.
I ain't give a damn you wasn't serious.
Oh my God. He had his Mason.
This one got Soldier Boy.
He had his Mason.
Soldier Boy did the same thing.
I was so scared, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Soldier Boy did the same thing.
You have it yourself, bro.
Listen. Soldier Boy
really?
did the same thing. Say, Judy, Soldier Boy looked like somebody had been shooting orange cone all on his face. That boy had that gel was sticking on his face like cone. Just like boy had skeeted all in his face. That nigga, he didn't know what to do. He was confused for 2 minutes. It was one nigga had a gun. It was a big nigga saying that big nigga with that man. My partner said he was waiting for you to pull that gun, nigga. Y'all nigga was for them. Y'all would go, y'all. We would go George Zimmerman, one of you niggas. Yeah, no, you wouldn't go, y'all, we stand your ground. Oh, they jumped out 12 rap niggas. One nigga was clutching a gun. Say, listen, that non-lethal mace is a bad motherfucker.
On my look and my Beretta too. I do good shit like take kids from the ghetto, show them what they can have if they never settle. Take every white kid from high class level, show them what Christmas like, run up in the ghetto.
I said, listen, what happened to you? My motto is, I'm gonna let you finish. Wow. Peace.
Let me check this out.
I want you to ask yourself one question. You got 24 hours to live. What would you do? That's a deep shit right there. A lot of pressure. How would you handle it? Mix. What would you do? Yeah. So when I start going crazy, don't get mad.
Sir,
Don't get mad.
Can I just ask you a question? Do you recognize this building, sir? This building over here. You recognize this apartment building?
Which building is this?
This one. This
Where we
apartment
at, man?
building right here. You see this? This is the hospital near the
Go
hospital.
grind around, try to look us up, man. Go behind you. Go behind you.
Yo, Sahil Ahmed. Sahil. This is Azan's home, right? Sahil, why did you disconnect?
Oh.
Never went to the HQ.
What you mean, gang?
It's not outside, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's not outside. Like, this is the body bag one. The guy don't need to be outside.
Bro, I got so scared, bro. Can y'all not do that to me, bro? I thought he was gonna face me. I was. I was. Bro, please, bro. What I had a heart attack, bro. I swear to God. I was in your face, but I don't know if he was playing or not. Bro, no, bro. That's why I said no. I was easing it on out. I was watching the stream. I'm like, all I was thinking, like, this man ain't mad. I'm like, come on, man. Like, tell me, bitch. God.
Fucking clown. And you know I'm about to post all the text. You a clown.
Here's another thing, guys. As a content creator, be careful sending these damn texts.
Nothing to you. She's nothing but nice to you. And you gonna body shame her. And then she didn't want to do it. Then you motherfucker, let's do an interview. She ain't.
You done?
Where's the bitch at? Where's this at?
Are you done?
It's all this laughing, trying to laugh it off.
I'm gonna let you calm down. Are you done?
You are gonna let that nigga calm
That's
down.
what them gay men be doing. That's why they be calling each other faggots and stuff like that.
You body shame my girl, you call me a gay man?
Listen.
She get picked on online by black women every fucking day. And you try to play with my girl.
Hey.
You try to play with a girl that did nothing but be nice to you. She did nothing to you.
I was easing it on out. I thought you were gonna face me. I was. We should have do it. We should have do it. Oh, bro, Yeah. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. So we finna do it. We finna do it. Toy. The white kid said, Dad, I want a human toy. And the daddy went and bought a nigga, Richard Pryor. And that white boy had a human toy, and his toy got to jail. When that little white boy started getting 15, 16, that boy started fucking his toy. During the slavery times. I was scared. If you look at your phone, I told you, all non-lethal weapon, we don't want to hurt nobody, we just want to be safe.
Dead in the eye, shut up.
Charleston's having sex.
Shut up.
Having good sex. Charleston don't know these guys is staging these events for him.
Never asked him. You never tried to.
So listen, I'm giving you a chronological order. You cannot give black people this shit. We don't know what to do. Come on, bro. Don't be like that. Come on, bro. Come on, I'm
King right here. You got our real estate company, our development company, making it happen.
Right, so he's clearly saying that he has a real estate company, a development company. He's clearly saying this. All right, let's run it back.
We up in here. We're in Columbus, Ohio. With the King right here. We got our real estate company, our development company, making it happen. So right now we're working on a 26 unit project here in Columbus, Ohio. But the very unique thing about it is we're using cargo bins. to build them. Okay, I already employed 3 people. We got the brother who's an engineer.
Well, not to be all in your pocket.
North Carolina, I believe, Charlotte.
It look crazy.
So keep this in mind.
Show you like this.
We're providing the jobs in real time because we got a whole bunch of projects. We're actually on the site right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm invested into it, but I said I want to be part of it, hands-on, just to show you what it is, because seeing is knowing.
It's basically a prefab 17,000 square foot structure.
Typically, why would you ever go to a club? Frame out a structure that large, you were looking at over 3 months. What you see here was done in 5 days.
And developer Derek Pryor says that's a huge savings in construction costs.
You're not going to do it.
This project was the dream of Michelle Reynolds, founder of Nothing Into Something Real Estate, a nonprofit housing organization that until now had focused on old blighted homes. What Reynolds says turning shipping containers into apartments fits with the organization's Nothing Into Something mission.
Same way, taking houses that are nothing and turning them into
You hear me asking, why the fuck would you put this nigga on the panel with me?
An opportunity to be able to afford housing.
All right, so clearly, you see the video.
On the BD, on the dead homies. Further making Charleston uncomfortable and at times feeling unsafe.
Y'all saw him get mad with me. Y'all saw him get mad with Jay Morrison, but that was about money. But when she attacked his girl, no. I was shocked. A black woman.
Been to see me. You motherfucking dirty black bitch.
God damn! Wait.
Girl, no. When he starts to talk about his
by legal precedent, at the moment, yes. We had a not to my knowledge, basically, you know, there was a couple hearings that took place,
like somebody had been shooting orange cone all over his face. That boy had that tail was sticking on his face like cone.
You definitely don't want to happen what happened last time. I think you can do a lot better. Walks into a jab and a right. Cangeloso looks a little bit bigger. Cangelosi snapping a jab. And he's keeping that left hand down low. Because his jab is the reason, you know, that jab is what's keeping.
Aiden is not texting me about streaming. He's talking to everybody about a streaming deal except me. So here it is. I'm flown from Texas to Las Vegas. Supposed to come to talk about a streaming deal. When I get to Las Vegas, I get picked up with cameras in my face and taken shopping so I can be humiliated and confronted by this Chicago gangster. Friends of a known serial killer, according to the FBI.
You were sitting on. You gave it to him.
Cangelosi has done very well this whole season. And there you go, he does. You see why?
I could have been a good thug, white lady. I could have been a great thug. But I know I could be a thug, because one day I brought a car with some real thugs, and the car got shot up. And that's when I realized that I was a bitch.
Yeah, all that tough shit on Twitter.
I was the one crying. Notice not, sir, when people shoot at you, they always come back when they shoot at you. So they would shoot at me, they was coming back, and I took my shirt off. And I was like, hey, we surrendered. We quit. Leave us alone.
He come out green, so
I used to want to be a thug. Before I became a comedian, it's not funny. Katie.
I see Wayne 162, Williams 163 in the white.
One of the standout fighters that everyone has watched.
Everybody. He seems to be just behind, just a minute, just a second. He ran into one from Williams.
I think he's a little hurt. He got stung by that one.
He is a little bit hurt. Quincy's trying to find his offense.
So when we go back and look at this video inside the mall, you know,
kids and kids, that's what they're doing now, grooming children. You're right, bro. That's what the internet does. You're almost Hollywood handsome, kid. Really? Wait, I'm handsome. Wait, oh, really? Hollywood handsome. That's with makeup on and shit. Hey, I'm here. Yeah, you're a handsome white kid. No way. Yeah, you're a handsome white kid. So stop acting like you want to be a girl. Cause this niggas will fuck you, boy. I'm telling you, I got some partners in the fuck you. I'm good off that. And it'll make you like it. Huh? Yeah.
Maybe you're not hearing me too good, huh?
And you fine, you bootleg Nazi.
Let me holler at you for a minute. Let's break up. Is there a problem? Oh, yeah, we got a problem. See, your new boy here, you know what the rules are.
What? Don't even think about it, inmate. You see, this is Wild Bill's table. It's been that way long before you got here. Now find yourself somewhere else.
This guy approaches Charleston White. You notice Aiden introduces Charleston, but doesn't introduce the Chicago thug to Charleston.
When we set up that part 2, and we brought up the beating your women, they couldn't defend that. But when they brought up Muhammad was a pedophile,
I appreciate that.
this nigga named Zim or this hammer out there.
Why you smell like perfume?
It's your perfume.
No, it isn't.
I make stable vibes.
But when you were getting out of the shower last night, I saw scratches on you.
I did it myself.
How you put scratches on your own back?
Back scratch.
Let's go!
Why are we killing each other like this? Like, seriously, do you just wait till I tell you the reason? We are the gods of this universe. We created this universe. You have to get out of the human form. We black people have souls. We are from time and space, infinite beings. We never die. So that is why they try their best to institutionalize us. We have power. We have magic. We have gifts from the motherfucking universe. And that is why they are so fearful of us. That is why they can't stand us. That is why they hate us, especially black people. We are powerful as fuck. Period.
Only yesterday, someone choke-held him on the street. Visit a foreign island, insult all the natives live for weeks, and see what happens. We won't mention his name. Whoever wants...
What's up with that shit you say about my cousin King Von? Trying to threaten him. So from that moment on, Charleston is uncomfortable because no one ever said, hey, we're going to be filming this skit. So Charleston don't know if this is real or not. He has no security. He has no protection with him. He already saw that Aiden's security did nothing with his guy in front of him.
Look, nigga, get your ass out here.
Aiden's security did nothing to try to make sure.
Oh, look at us, some high value men.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Losing their shit.
Man, Rick Shady, man, you was a good spirit,
One,
buddy.
I don't feel bad for Fresh and Fit. And two,
I gotta go,
well,
y'all.
I think they deserve even worse. Sure. Absolutely. Everyone's like, oh, how dare you guys celebrate somebody being deplatformed, this and that. No, I celebrate people having consequences for their actions. That's what I celebrate. I'm certainly not going to feel bad for somebody who tries to get a bunch of channels removed from the platform with their own copyright strikes. If someone tries, did we all have short-term memory? Or these guys knowingly hired a lawyer to put out all of these strikes on a bunch of different platforms, knowing they were false. Knowing they were false. They didn't care. They wanted these channels deleted. Right? And what did they say at the time? Everybody that was talking. What did they say at the time?
But the thing is, I guarantee you, Fresh and Fit, I can assure y'all got a reason to cry over that revenue being taken away. And the only thing I can do is adhere to the community guidelines and remain humble and not think I'm too big to be brought down. Because anybody can get it. And I don't know why they thought that Alex Jones and Andrew Tate could be taken down, but they could.
The whole season he's had it, but he's performing. Well.
That's it. Playing video games, talking negatively about black women, unless you're doing something that Derrick Jackson is doing. But Derrick Jackson had the support of black women which is far more sustainable than the support of Black.
Oh, they're both answering back. They're both countering and landing.
Yeah. Williams getting himself back into the round. Playoff boxing, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you're going to get when there are teams and cities. And Williams pushing him down.
Oh, I feel like Cangelosi is he's a little hurt.
Well, that body shot doesn't look like it hurt. Not at all.
1-2. I'm just going to say we all adult. Guys, the amount of ass that I got.
Cangelosi with the big overhand right. Dropped Quincy Williams. Williams got him quick, but he's dazed. Cangelosi is huge for New York. That is huge.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Taking their HQ right now.
I got an even better idea. There's a house for sale, like next to my house. Just need to contact the realtor. So I can call her.
Oh, is he on the phone? Is he on the link? Is he on the phone?
Oh, nigga just check the female on live, bro. Niggas just check.
That's Katie. That's Katie that they check.
Look at it.
Go get her. Go over there and get her. Go over there and get her. Go over there and get her.
Let's go grab her.
Where?
RJ, a nigga just checked your bitch on D-Block, boy. On live.
We on that bitch.
On live, gang, nigga.
And you will continue to see more. Because bandits don't get popular for any reason other than either playing video games or talking negatively about Black women. That's it.
You motherfuckers.
Few moments later.
The channel has been kicked off the YouTube Partner Program. Saving children, right? That was great. But saving you guys is better.
God know he did, bro. Bro, the nigga called me a side nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. You just funny. You a funny old ugly ass nigga that's out here paying for me. He got a bitch on paying for me.
Black men are really pulling down.
This RCPC, bro. On my
That's
damn
not a thing here.
And I know that sex probably up, bro.
But if you go to a place where there are no black people,
on my damn,
they've heard things.
Cross-eyed as hell. Bro, I was standing mad as hell. I'm like,
does
oh,
the
what you looking
podcast,
at?
he had hit me up back like in March. He's like, yo, I
Nigga
want
is-
you to battle
the
this
nigga
white guy.
is,
Richard Spencer.
goofy,
You better
bro.
be on your shit.
Bro,
Wack told me, if I
Let
don't
me
beat
got
this
that mix
nigga
from
Richard
because I know where
Spencer,
you at.
they gonna mash block me.
I give you a nice little back.
By the time I get to the
Funny as
airport
hell.
and shit, I thought
But the
you
men
was
realize how much
fucking
power he
alive.
has his name with 8 and shit. Let you got that mix from you because I know where you at. I will.
Where were you last night?
I was like, Chris, I was playing 2K.
You are shaking.
I know.
I feel your nervousness from here. Are you okay?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Mr. Benning, you are not the father. You said earlier that if Robin was not your biological child, it causes you to doubt whether or not you truly are the biological father of Jermaine Benning Jr. The court wants to make sure when you leave here, you have the whole truth. You are not the father.
I don't, bro. I'm not trying to talk about that, bro. I don't, bro. Leave me alone, bro.
What he say?
Oh, he sent me back and said that's gay ASL, and I didn't know what the fuck that
You're
meant.
gay. I'm sorry. You're gay.
No, he's not. No, he
changed my perspective. No, hold on.
Yes, I've never seen a dick. Have you?
Or he feels threatened by it because he saw Aiden really taking a liking to me.
How'd y'all get on the Bandman Kevo picture?
Because
I don't, bro. I'm not trying to talk about that, bro. I don't, bro. Leave me alone, bro.
What did he say?
Oh, he sent me back and said that's gay.
You don't see another man's
because Prime sent that to him, right? So what Prime is trying to do is he's saying all this stuff about we being gay.
He told me, yeah.
we be engaged. He seen his dick with Bad Man Keith. I said that in a disrespectful manner.
Do you watch porn with dick?
Well, he seen jacking off pictures. No, I did not.
Man, you lying like you lying like
So check game. So I'm saying, so this is what's making me mad.
We're not saying
homie, you around white boys at the day 24/7.
Come on, my nigga, just say yes.
Why you speaking on what day?
Yes or no?
Let me and him do this interview so we can get great content. Because this shit get funny.
Nigga, come on, nigga, be real. Every nigga in the world that watch a porn with a dick in it.
Facts.
Every man in the world. Nah, we're not asking that, my
right
nigga.
now. I'm saying, have you ever?
We're not asking that.
No.
I mean, we don't want to talk to him no more. He can't.
Africa with 400 million black people can do it. If you cannot do it, if you are not prepared to do it, then you will die. You raise a coward, you raise a imbeciles, you raise a cuss for nothing. If you cannot do what other men have done, what other nations have done, what other races have done, then you have to die.
Every man, have you ever watched this?
Have you ever watched porn? Yes or no? I know I watch porn. Okay.
The world, I'm not worried about the world anymore. I've seen the world be my friend. I've seen the world turn on me. But at the end of the day, I've always been with me. God has always been with me. So being on this scale now, it's my time. It's always been my time, but now it's my time to actually do it for myself. And the people that felt like me, the people that look like me, and the people that know their truth about themselves as well, I represent those people.
The Earl like a punk yesterday. This nigga did a whole thing. This nigga did a whole thing. Sitting around 8 and playing gay games. This nigga play gay games every day. This nigga play gay games every day. Talking about somebody gay. Man, this nigga play shut up. But this is what I sent it to you though. Why you worried about? Why is this nigga in my dick? Why is this nigga in my dick? Talking about I'm gay. Another black man with gold chain say he white. Why did he jump in this conversation? He say he got crazy. He jumped in this conversation, but he won't be real. I don't want to talk to this nigga no more because he won't be real. I hate a fraud. This nigga is a fraud. You was a fraud. This nigga is a fraud. They would just stick a man your dick. This nigga is a fraud. This nigga.
They will end up paying.
Working nigga, I can do this here. That nigga,
they'll end up paying over $4.5 million. And over $3 million of that is all
run away every now and then. You guys whoop me sometimes.
all in. Now remember, the loan is for $1.5 million. They're going to end up paying over $4.5. And that's if they can actually continue to make these payments. Honestly, based on the business activity, it's more likely, to be honest, it's more likely that they could possibly lose the Black House through foreclosure than be able to actually pay off this loan. I just don't see it. But listen, Jay Morrison has been able to work through miracles and debt before. Maybe.
Father, we receive in the name of Jesus what is needed to impart this generational transfer. We thank you for that wisdom that comes in the name of Christ. Father, let it come upon him in the name of Christ. Let it come upon them in the name of Jesus. I thank you, Lord, that they'll know what comes out of their mouth will begin to change hearts and direct lives in the name of Christ. I praise you for it, Father. Lord, for these, even for these who are being asked to be parents all over again for their grands, I thank you, Lord, today.
The finesse is basically they extracting all of the resources. Eventually, that company might go under, and so they basically leaving that company. Basketball is something special. Create a new company in order. Man, this is fraud, honestly. At the highest level.
Your mouth. You wasn't invited to the funeral. Very Welcome deep. To Drink Champs 3, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
We back up in this bitch like we never left. This is a finesse. So all of the people that invested in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund and the Legacy Center and all of this stuff.
Let me tell you the most influential people in my life.
God, my dad, future.
Hey.
Brought all the Jewish people in and the black people in together. So going from the person that turned his back on black people with the White Lives Matter, and then was anti-Semite with the DEFCON 3 comment, we've now brought it together.
And he told George Bush that he don't like black people.
That happened also.
Come on, that's what Boosie said. Boosie said they canceled.
No, that's dumb, baby.
Oh, my bad.
I'm sorry. You get your babies confused, buddy.
I'm sorry, I got my babies confused.
He said, if you don't beat Richard Spencer, we're going to mass block you before you get to the airport, because I got to go to Cali for this particular battle. And so we sitting there chopping it up.
So I can see why he's saying it.
Running into people that had never seen a black person in real life. Think about that. But if you go to a place where there are no black people and they've heard things, I mean, it's mind-blowing stuff.
You see my girlfriend, you're my girlfriend.
You cannot get ass in America because the woman wants to know if black man are really
change right now.
It's not a thing here.
What do you got on right now? What do you got on?
You know what? I got some Yay boots, but they was designed by the future designer, Yeezy, who's actually at Balenciaga right now.
I'm not putting my shoes up.
But you got some Adidas?
Yeah.
Put them up, bro.
I'm sorry.
Do you drink?
Bob.
I'm gonna
DJ
drink
that.
that dick.
Hey, let me tell you, you don't got me shocked because
Strawberry lemonade, please.
Look, my no laces. So, okay, this is what I did. So I played the Francesca James adult content.
Anybody kick is watching me.
For
y'all want me, y'all surely
I don't use. I like to have adult conversations.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds like so.
Think about like True Love. Like my kids can. We listen to True Love at Kim's house, which used to be my house. But we listen to True Love in front of the kids. And Chicago be like, you said Chicago, you said Chicago.
The movie toy, the white kid said, Dad, I want a human toy. And the daddy went about a nigga, Richard Pryor.
I wouldn't say anything that I couldn't
play in front of the kids. And that white boy had a human toy, and his toy got to jail. When that little white boy started getting 15, 16,
so even right now, I say, okay, it's
that
adult content,
boy
right?
started fucking his
This is
toy.
a grown conversation. This is a grown conversation that I ran into at age 5.
The little white boy who got to grow up with the black slave, whether it's a little black girl or it's a little black boy, they play by themselves a lot. And the little black white boy got to have his way with the black slave and if it was the toy.
That's not cultural.
Yeah, that ain't right.
And this is the reason why Drake runs the
children are
culture,
very
right?
experimental.
Because at the end of the day,
they ain't gay.
He's at the top. It don't matter. It don't matter.
They don't have a foundation that's concrete.
I can take over Fashion Week for 2 weeks
so
or whatever. It's like Drake
that's
runs
what they
the
was
culture
doing to me.
at the
And that's
end of
what
the
they
day.
do to these rappers.
Because the culture at the end of the
Jewish
day is about finding a
children
nice young
like
Libra
these niggas
that you could connect with on her birthday,
the owners
possibly.
tolerate these niggas. You don't talk about it. You don't talk. You don't turn it off. You don't know. When your grandmother's here, you don't play that shit.
No cap. No cap slack. I give Big Lizzy on my side, shit. These niggas played on my booty walls. Hey, bro, these niggas played with my big bone. Nigga tweaking, bro. Listen to you, bro.
Yo! What is there? Yo! What is there? What is there? It's Draco.
I'm 74, boy. Whole time. He getting put on the 6 truck. They got blocked out, right? So T Grizzley hop out with a little man, run down on the truck, kill everybody in the truck. So I don't get physical therapy. I pay for the whole gang, get physical therapy. We pull up. I said, bro, we finna bang it out right here. I come out with a comeback, blowing at me. I roll, hop up, tap his ass right there. Marco, drop his ass. I jumped down off the bridge, go to the back, because I was kind of bleeding. What you talking about, ETA, bro? Bro, get on. My mom keeps telling him, bro.
You sound like a rapping nigga. Really? A real rapping nigga. The word nigga. Yeah. Play that again for me. God damn it.
Okay, I sit at home all day.
Yeah. I want to hear you say it first. That's why I know you love me. Listen, I got you.
Bishop? No, right here.
Delivering newspapers at 4:30 in the morning. Look for it.
Tonight, we are waiting to hear if there will be punishment for 8 Los Angeles police officers who opened fire on a pair of innocent women in the manhunt for cop killer Christopher Dorner.
But we knew he was in the cabin because they told us he was in the cabin.
Authorities say the ex-cop has barricaded himself in a cabin.
The police have him completely surrounded. There's nowhere for him to go.
Over the next 3 hours, authorities brought in reinforcements, armored vehicles, more SWAT teams.
We're going back up. Let the police go in and begin negotiations.
The gun battle was so intense, we were forced to take cover.
And all we saw was, get that motherfucker.
Hey, we out, bro.
They shot up 2 Hispanic women in a pickup truck delivering newspapers at 4:30 in the morning. Look for a nigga.
Fresh and fit ain't the
There was
only.
a debate
You will see
yesterday if
more.
you rape a woman or grape a woman, whichever way they want to. I don't understand. The fact that you even have to change the word that you say. You notice you don't have to change nigger. You don't have to change molest. You don't have to change homosexual. You don't have to change none of that. But when it comes to violating a woman, you have to change it. The saddest part about this debate was that you had women saying that God ordained a man could rape a woman. Them women are more disgusting than the men. Like it's and the reason why I say that is because you expect men, if now all of it is disgusting, right? And God does not justify that at all. But if there's anybody that's gonna promote that type of behavior, you would think it would be disgusting, vile men. When a woman comes along and promotes the behavior, what does that say about this woman, man? Just tell me what it says about the woman that promotes
like slandering her name, whatever
raping.
it is. Now they're mad that there's consequences.
Y'all let me know in the chat.
Y'all are
Which one is worse? The man or the woman? And then, like none of them, let me tell you, none of them niggas or bitches, none of them, any nigga or bitch that promotes raping, you can't be around my children. You shouldn't be at a daycare. You shouldn't be nowhere because you don't have the right mind. You don't have the right focus. You don't know what it means. And like that's the ultimate violation of a woman. That innocency never comes back. A woman, a woman can't get over it. A woman
obviously you're attacking her
can recover,
so at that point,
but she'll never be the same after that happens. And you got a nigga online battling Zion Lex saying you could do it, and that is lawful. And then using scriptures in the Bible that don't say force, that don't say force, that don't say the man does anything, and but implying that this means force, that this means rape. Them niggas is disgusting.
Oh hell no!
They try to get me to do that debate. So that same debate, and Zion, like Zion killed it, and I think Zion. Because y'all know Zion normally is a little bit more.
All right, I got to say, I stand with the brother Cap right here, Captain Tazariak. I stand with him right here on what he is saying. Absolutely. It's not just a virtual conversation. Hold on, let me put me back on. It's not just a virtual conversation, but even in these debates, it's in an online space where they start feeling safe and comfortable to say some of the things that would otherwise be viewed as disrespectful and intolerable. And so I want to put my voice on right there, and I'm gonna get back to it. Salute.
More turned up, like he, especially when the chin cat or Maharika, when the disgusting nigga was talking, he all hyped and amped up, and the way he was talking,
Man, I wish niggas would
the
come
way
on,
he
bro.
was talking in that debate, you could tell the lust in him to want to do it. There was a spirit in him there's a spirit that exists in him that he wished he could do it. That's how he was talking. He was hyped up. He was everything that he was saying was like, damn, I wish I could do it now. That's what I was getting off of. And Zion struck me in that debate as somebody that just wanted to show the information, but he didn't want to argue with him over can you do it because it's a stupid ass argument. Like that's how Zion struck. Zion struck me how probably I would have done it. I would have probably been on that same time, maybe a little slicker. But I probably would have been on the same time as Zion because Zion had to have been like, man, we really discussing rape in the Bible and being lawful from God?
They're going on feet.
Just because it say you can take the women that are not married for yourself does not mean that you're taking them for
Stop begging, bro.
raping.
Shut your bitch ass
Otherwise, like even the one in Deuteronomy 21, you say you gotta shave the head. I never heard rules to rape. I never heard that before. I never heard that there was rules before you can rape someone. So and then the thing about the rules is she got to do it. You not doing nothing. You not shaving her head. And even the shaving her head, here's what people don't understand. When it's talking about shaving her head, paring her nails, it's talking about cleaning herself up. This is talking about war. And second, the war could be Israelite and Israelite. Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom went to war. So you telling me Israelites gonna be raping Israelites? Going to war and then having them captive? Come on, man. Like somebody got to make that make sense. So them niggas is niggas and bitches. All of them. I don't care what woman it is. I don't care what man it is. If you believe God said you can rape and that is lawful, them is niggas and bitches, and there's a demon on them that they should never be around children at all. They can't be around children. Don't have them around your auntie, your mama, your girlfriend. Don't have them around none of them because they'll sleep with your girl. If they'll teach you can rape, they'll sleep with your woman. They'll sleep with your daughter. They'll sleep with your grandma. They'll do all manner of vile and disgusting things in the name of God, as they say. Most disgusting shit ever.
Yeah, I'm good. He's just trying to be weird, bro. He said he was gonna my sister and shit.
No, he didn't. 51, but I don't really see it tonight.
That's out of line. I don't fuck with people like that.
I don't see it tonight because this is not a matter
I feel like I was rejected. I'm not gonna let you get away with not being notified that this is what I wanted to do because I'm thinking I'm coming for a screen.
Hold on.
He's upstairs threatening me.
Hold on. Time out. Hold on. I got you.
Matter of fact, please.
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
Bro.
I'm gonna. Hold on. I got you.
I'm gonna countersuit you for leaking my number.
Hold on, brother.
You're gonna get countersued for leaking my number and threatening to rape my sister with a knife and a taser.
Greatest and most genuine feeling, believe that this is really the gist of the brother's presentation. I'm not gonna jump on the brother. I'm gonna keep true to what I said. You my brother, man, and I'm not gonna do what I know I could do with you. I'm gonna do it a different way. So here's where we're gonna go. I took some notes. How much minutes I have in my rebuttal?
Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want the wild shit? Give me some more. Hey, split for the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more.
Yo! That's really bad. Yo, no, that was really, really bad. Oh my God.
I have a question, bro. Do you guys think Nick Air 30 is like just goes off stream?
Right at my fucking head.
No way. He goes to the heart. My riot shoe, but it hit my face. I cut my face, and I just figured, all right, if he's gonna take a swing,
Nick Air. Oh my God. I fucking hate that. Why is that a thing, bro? Yo, that's really bad.
And I'm like, look around.
No, that was really, really bad.
Profusely from his eye, and he comes over to me and he gives me a fucking hug. He goes, "Yo, dog, you a real one, man. You a real one." And he hugged me. Then he looks to his right. 3 real Baltimore police officers are chasing him, and he runs off. He just happened to be running by, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go knock that motherfucker out on TV." And that's Baltimore. And like the fact that he gave me a hug after that, it was the most Baltimore thing. He showed me respect. You know what I mean?
All together, everybody. You have African American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't. So say it. Say what?
clip. What don't tell me this bitch a hoe. Better ass you know how it goes. She wanna smoke. So I bust it, took her to the office, got her top from the stripper bitch. She can kick it, she just brought a cup with a full clip. What don't tell me this bitch a hoe. Better ass you know how it goes. She wanna smoke. So I bust it, took her to the OP, get a cup. She don't live that thought. Say she left her person named Church. You know I'm player. We can go that first. I bust the you.
The haters tried to us. Over 30 plus YouTube channels made videos like slander our name, whatever it is. Now they're mad that there's consequences to actions, bro. Y'all are not going to be able to run around and drag our name in the mud, falsely, without some kind of recourse, bro. Like, that's just not the way the world works. What we're going to do is we're going to go behind the scenes, get the legal people to do it for us, and then they're going to hit you guys with really hurts your pockets, okay? You make it hit piece on us, we're going to hit you back with legal.
Can you ask why these clowns tried to take down Abba and Preach with fake PNCA strikes?
Basically, we have a lot of people that talk about us on the internet, and some of it is slander, some of it is defamation, and using our content in their videos, and we're like, okay, cool. We've waited out for a while for you to stop. You're still doing it. So, you know what? Cool. Now we're going to take legal action against you because obviously you're attacking our character and our integrity. So at that point, hey, it's all fair game.
Biden, but that shit didn't feel great. I'm probably the most
What we doing?
anti-Trump.
Take like 4 or 5. Give me the rest.
Shut the.
No, I'm kidding. Everybody else. No. Fuck you up.
What do you
Even choosing the gun to give.
No, a white person trying to make fun of black people. See,
Everybody out there?
And I was just trying to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Get glue in the glove.
All right, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
It was not.
No, I don't care. You try to like laugh at that shit.
How dare I add a comedy clip?
You a bitch.
Why do you think I'm doing this for a living? You think I was a football player? I'm a bitch. Go ahead, damn it. There's nothing you can say to me. I have said 6 inches from the mirror. You're the first name going in my suicide note tonight.
Look.
Niggas hit
the game. Niggas hit the game, man. Bro, a nigga hit the gate, gang. 2 niggas hit the gate. Up chopsticks. This nigga picked me up, gang. Before I can start shooting at these niggas, man.
I said they on the roof. What is y'all doing?
They wasn't on the roof, bro.
You on whisper, bro. They wasn't on the roof?
No, they was on the other gate. Tony grabbed me before I could start shooting at him, gang.
Oh my God, right, bro.
No cap. No cap. Tony grabbed me, gang. Everybody sat there and watched the whole shit, bro.
Avon told me, man, grab me. I go grab him. You run up to me, man.
Why is you talking about grabbing anybody at the time? Nigga, Marlo just said this nigga still on the roof. You talking about grabbing niggas, bro. It ain't the time to grab, bro.
Hey, this nigga funny as hell, bro.
It's not the time to grab, gang.
Anybody can get to the community guidelines and remain humble and not think I'm too big to be brought down, because anybody can get it. And I don't know why they thought that Alex Jones and Andrew Tate could be taken down, but they couldn't.
Yeah, we're gonna have a study lesson. Yeah, you got to learn about it. So he don't know who LL Cool J is. He don't know who George Foreman is.
Oh, I want to pass you a quick question, bro. What? Someone told me you sent a dick pic to Bam Capo.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. He sent me a muscle picture.
So you sent Bam Capo a dick pic?
Yeah.
Why?
He sent me some muscle pictures.
So why would you send him your dick?
Oh, that's the only muscle I had to send him. He sent me over 12 videos flexing his muscles, showing off his new styrofoam body. So I wanted to show him what real meat looked like.
So you sent him it?
Yeah, I sent him I didn't send him a picture of my dick. I sent him a picture of me stroking my dick, pulling on it, dangling it.
So is that gay?
No.
How?
I ain't never seen no man's dick. He saw my dick. So I'm gay. I ain't seen his dick. He saw my dick. You talking about?
You just start sending my dick pic out?
Oh, well, I think that's the most disrespectful thing you can do to a man. So does it make you gay to watch a man's dick? Because most people watch porn with dick in it.
That's true. So is that gay?
I don't know. I'm asking people. Does it make you gay? Because
I think you stare at the dick.
There's no way. Most people watch porn with dick in it.
That's true.
Guys included.
That's true.
So does that make everybody gay? They watch porn with dicks in it. They watch Jason Love dick go in Atlanta Plug.
That's true. You're right.
And they had no problem with it.
So wait.
They watched it as a group of guys.
That's fair enough. So when you sent Bam Capo your dick pic, what?
I don't, bro. I'm about to talk about that. Bro. I don't, bro. Leave me alone, bro.
I don't, bro. I'm not trying to talk about that. Bro. I don't, bro. Leave me alone, bro.
The dentist. I was the black kid went to the dentist regularly.
I don't, bro. I'm not trying to. Where's Buell
Man,
at?
no,
Look at the camera do that.
Man, I don't want to talk.
Look at the camera do that.
Wrong leg, motherfucker. Look at the camera do that. Aiden, call the police. You see the guy threatening me, nigga. Call the police. Everybody get paid. Oh, you right here.
Fucking right.
That motherfucker up to $750.
Surprise for the. Why are you spoiling, bro? Typical. Oh, you know you spoiled. We gotta check out.
Oh, they got a cool handshake. Oh, they got a cool handshake. I got a cool one. I'm gonna show him later. So I give him $750. Oh yeah, GTA. Oh, what was the next stop?
Yeah. And where do you make the money? How do you monetize the game?
What I did was I created a server, the Grand Theft Auto server called Grizzley World. So it's like Grand Theft Auto, but everything in there is super customizable. You can do whatever you want. And it's like, it represents the trenches. So you can really be in the streets without having to really be in the streets. So I got a lot of niggas that's really from the trenches. They got a PC, not ain't in the streets no more. They ain't making $20,000-$25,000 a month playing this shit. You feel me? The way that I monetized it, I get paid from the server because you got to pay to get in, right? We got like 90,000 members.
You fucking kill
90,000 members. You feel me? They all got to pay to get in because it's an opportunity. It's gonna create an opportunity for you.
He's gonna teach you about real estate. Look at this picture. Why do I even have to do this show? Look at the picture. It's a flyer of a grown man. Let's be clear. He's not a child. He's a grown man. This is a picture of a grown man photoshopped sitting on top of stacks of money.
Why wouldn't you call the police if your mom got killed?
What are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? How they help with me?
Well, they could potentially find the person who killed it, who killed her.
Why would I want to do that?
So they can go to jail, they can get the death penalty? No? Well, I mean, I've heard people say that, I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy.
Somebody killed my mom.
Yeah.
They would be dead.
Drop Quincy Williams earlier, a fight you really want to see again.
Absolutely. This is another round that we've been talking about where Team Combat League is a great thing to have, but you just want so much more boxing to go on,
And the Brady victory makes it 142-140, so a 2-point lead for DC.
Now, last time...
Why y'all don't want to go to 17 hoods? So I go live from the hood, bro.
Quincy Williams should probably start faster and try to hold them off in the end, because Cangeloso didn't have the gas that it took to win that, or to finish the way that I felt that he needed, even though he won the round.
But Cangelosi with a 10-8 round.
Also, kind of
That's huge, considering right now you're down by 2. So he's thinking one thing and one thing only.
Knockout.
Get it back. Get it back.
But Williams has got to turn up. I hope he changed his plan coming in the ring.
The guy at bay, and then he we're up by 2, traded with that cross that he's throwing. So I can understand, the low hanging fruit that he's trying to dangle in front of Williams.
Trying to set that trap, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's usually about, Team Combat.
There you go. Williams threw his own.
And that comes from that low left hand being a jab that he just took around the guard and made it to a hook. Beautiful setup.
Right hand from Cangelosi. New York attitude really need this round for Christian Cangelosi. The women are coming up next. Team Combat League semifinals.
Oh, they're both trading now.
Punches. Swelling each other up very nicely.
Beautiful 1-2 by Williams.
Another one.
Oh, nice hook. Short hook by Williams.
Another one where we wish it was 10 rounds.
Yeah. This needs to be 3. We need to see who gets the other version of this, because I think Quincy Williams is winning this round.
Quincy Williams coming out strong.
I think he's winning this round. Cangeloso did some good things earlier, but it's at this point it's going to go 1-1.
Yeah, Quincy Williams' punches are landing clean.
Yes.
That's the difference.
And Huge. We're talking about Cangeloso not having that finishing power that he needed last time. He luckily got the stoppage, right?
Yeah,
Or the knockdown. But this round, I feel like he faded.
Excellent round for Quincy Williams.
Oh!
Did he go down?
Did
No,
he
he
not
didn't.
even go down?
He almost did.
He
got
almost
buckled.
did.
He got buckled.
He didn't touch.
But the
He didn't
glove
touch.
did not touch. Quincy Williams.
The glove did not touch.
Wow.
He might have stole that one.
Talk about the psyche on that.
Gotta tell your brother.
Hey,
stop
Tony
being
about
so
the
tough
bag.
and
What's the
not-
name, gang?
Yeah, now protect your ass.
He about the bag. Who? Y'all for the bag. Shit, you wanna know? Why y'all beating around the bag? Fuck it, it's time to go then. Shit. Come to the bag spot. Secretive ass niggas, man. We on the way.
Yeah, gang. What's up? Bro, really? Yeah.
Where they at?
Right there.
Somebody drive so I get off with the pistol.
Y'all got FPs?
I got a fan. Yeah.
You know, because they came and told me to go and work
I
with
gotta
him.
get
And,
Lar.
you know, he's a new
Chop.
content
Same time
creator
we
in
up.
spaces. So,
Come on.
you know, I popped in to check him out.
Fly
You know what I'm
past that
saying?
bitch.
I asked him, just saying, you know, how long you been defending women and girls? And that motherfucker kicked me off, dog.
I was like this. I learned this on YouTube. So some of the stuff, the reason why I can adapt to Clubhouse a lot easier than others is because I go through this on YouTube. So YouTube, how many times have y'all seen Captain Tazariak in the title and we bashed him, we did this to him, we did this to him, and then I just ignore it. Because I know if they make a clip, they want me to make a clip, then we making clips back and forth and I'm feeding what they're trying to get. So I was already used to the term content just from a YouTube perspective.
Quiet motherfuckers. That's who you watch. Them the killers. Yo, the loudest motherfucker in the club is a bitch. That nigga loud because he's scared and he hope it's scaring you. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking up. Is this scaring y'all? Because I'm scaring the motherfucker. Real killers are quiet in the motherfucker. They don't dance. They sit in the club, hold the wall up, just be looking. You know, they constantly got a grit on their face. Do a slow stroll through the club, and they praying the whole time. God, don't let me kill nobody else today. And then somebody step on his shoe, we be like, they try to let it slide, but niggas like that can't. You on the dance floor, and he'll walk up to you.
How many blunts?
Excuse me, bro. You know, you stepped on my shoe. I was wondering if you apologize. I paid for mine just like you paid. Yo, that nigga be like, nigga, fuck you and your shoes, old bitch ass nigga. That's when they get that walk. That motherfucker walk out, don't nobody know what happened. He still praying. God, I told you, you know how I am. You go on and sort him out because he wasn't cool down here.
Looking at variable factors here, not only is it the individual that's on top of the bridge, but also for the citizens that are driving through it, as far as our first responders are dealing with this too. So there's very factors that we're keeping in mind when dealing with this. Obviously, we want to make sure we keep traffic from flowing there just to prevent any further injuries, and also allowing our first responders to work on this. So again, it's definitely a big impact today, especially being Monday morning. But again, we appreciate everybody being patient and letting our first responders work and giving this man some safety.
Let's talk about how, a loss of life is really precious. And obviously people, when they see something like this, they just don't know what goes into it from a police enforcement standpoint and how you guys are trying to resolve this as safe as possible.
Absolutely. And again, everybody's safety is paramount. We want to make sure people also know that there's resources out there. You can always call the police department. We're able to provide that service for you, or to reach out to somebody else if you feel confident. There's our nationwide hotlines, our local hotlines as well. Again, because we never want anybody to think that this is going to be the only outcome that they could have. There's always somebody out there for them, and make sure to reach out for those resources, if not for yourself, for anybody else that's experiencing any type of depression or so forth.
With Andrews, just want to talk about how DPS was able to get people safe that were traveling over.
Let's go!
doing? Wait, what do you mean? I thought you want me to cut it off, bro. Oh, bro, I didn't want you to do that. No, bro. Oh, my bad, bro. I thought you wanted me to cut it off, man. No, you know, I want you to make me look better, man. Look good.
I mean, you can give her a hug.
Can I be on your camera?
Yeah.
What's up, YouTube?
I'm gonna make a video right now, so.
Wait, you want me to tell everybody out here?
No, I'm not.
No.
The opposite.
They're gonna be screaming.
Yeah, the opposite.
Because that's what they scream. That annoys you very much. But they say, yeah, that just annoys you. Be like, man. Is that a I'm funny?
Huh?
I'm funny?
I don't know.
Sorry.
No, you good, my bro.
Well, I kind of annoy you.
You ready, my boy? Yes, sir. If you don't know how to pray, hit that follow button. Let's go. Man, it'll lift me up.
Oh, I didn't say that. Guys, there's no other YouTuber, no bigger YouTuber in the country that tries to put people like you onto YouTube than me. So I know a little bit about it when we start talking about this money. A little bit. In fact, let me show you something right here. This again is the most super chatted channels in the United States for the year. Number one, of course, is I Show Speed. Number two, and I Show Speed, he has millions and millions of subscribers. Fresh and Fit has, over 1.5 million subscribers. They're number two. You go down, you see Tim Cass, Tim Pool. You see my man, my brother, Ricada Law. You see Emily. Shout out to Emily. But if you come down here to number 17, look who you got. And I had only been in the game 2 years. Number 17 in the nation out of all the live streamers in the United States. And if you look at who's number 16, the Raiders, 15 Trilogy, 14 Maddie, Sharam, Tim, Legal Bites, none of these are people who try to put you guys on game. None of them.
Okay. Let's say you get with a guy, right? You fuck him, and he's like, you think he's a lawyer, and he's like, really high-power attorney. Then you find out he works at Subway.
Oh, okay.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, disappointed.
Okay, that right there, that's what happens when a girl has makeup on, then you find out she doesn't look good with her makeup.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said that, why it's equal, is because women put a lot of stake in a man's status. Men put a lot of stake in a woman's beauty.
Okay.
An ugly man can still get a very attractive woman if his status is high enough. But an ugly bitch ain't getting a high status guy a lot of the times. That's why men have such a problem with girls that wear too much makeup. It's the same thing as like us saying, oh yeah, I'm a lawyer. And then I smash and I'm like, oh, I work at McDonald's. Sorry.
And what if you shave your beard? Like, that's your makeup,
But hold on. We got to have the appropriate equivalent.
I'm going to give you a kick deal, and we got you for a qualifying of $4 an hour.
Okay. You for $4 an hour?
Yeah.
That's I thought we were sharecropping. I didn't know we were going back to slavery.
Be Loop for the smack in.
I'm gonna tell it. First chance I get, fuck a nigga. If he talking shit, I'm gonna testify. If you commit a crime, nigga say he won't drop a dime, but I will in my mind. Yo, we gon' jump on top.
I need another shot.
Be Loop for the smack in.
I'm gonna check.
Wait, let's
Whatever he is, stop playing with me,
Oh, you say you would clear my name, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and you all right, cool. Did he cook me?
Maybe I don't fuck that good.
Nah, you do fuck good, huh?
Man, you stop that shit, man. You don't know how good I fuck.
I know what I'm saying.
You don't know how good I fuck. I ain't gonna speak on it, ain't it? God damn it, man.
My bad, Unc.
Shit, man, you gonna make people think we fucking.
No, I wouldn't know. It's just when
You don't know what your people gonna think when you put that shit out there like that. God damn, ain't them shit, man.
most of the girls that I talked to, they said, damn, Unc, he's slanging.
They don't know nothing. Maybe I don't fuck.
If I get this right,
you gotta give me another $100. If I get it wrong, then I'll give you a kiss.
Why you snitching? Why you just mind your business? Like you the first.
I've been giving this guy a platform, genuinely, bro. But at the end of the day, man, done fucking with him, bro. It's just funny how he changed his up chat. He was talking about he treats me so good. He was talking about you treat me better than all the rappers and shit. And then obviously when that shit with Prime happens, he thinks I had something to do with it. Now he switched up on me. We talk about people. We talking about all these things, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't deserve
how many bodies you got?
And that's why when I went on Instagram today, I saw you.
All right, I'll say if you say. Okay, all right.
That just goes to show you I'm not in the wrong.
Really? Yeah. What about you,
bro? I probably just have
bro. 3 my whole life. That's not even.
And from here on out, I'll no longer.
I have probably around
him.
15 to 20. Are you fucking serious?
I apologize for even having given this guy a platform.
Right. So if I have to, navigate the two, then it's like, okay, do I care if she sees white people as cave dwellers, and then do I care if she makes a joke? I mean,
the problem isn't that she has an unfavorable mindset. That's a private process, right? She can like or dislike whatever she wants. It's when that becomes action, and by making these public videos, she turned her thoughts into actions.
Actions were though.
Is it actions?
It's not action. It's not
Hold on 1 second. When did threatening to kill somebody become a joke? Please, what do you all answer me that?
Really?
All in the camera. You did not show him that he was out of pocket and out of line. You said it, but you didn't show it. Your behavior towards him was not. You got this whole ass nigga up here right now. I'll show you how to handle it. Come on, you fuck nigga. That's not you gotta handle a nigga like that. The whole. Now watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna skip my wife. I don't support none of that shit. I don't support race. So why did you put video about it? And you see how you on your channel? What bitch?
Y'all are. That's the wall. And this is you. Priscilla, I'm telling you, girl, look, it's a fan up here. It's a bed. As a matter of fact, it's a whole balcony in the attic. And what's in the attic is this, that, and the other one. I can't see what you talking about. I can't see what you talking about. And how the fuck you gonna say this how your ass look? Retarded as a motherfucker. Bitch, get away. Get out. Get off the motherfucking wall, ho. Get off the wall, ho. Pull back so you can see more. Turn it around. Be quiet. You need to be quiet. This is my show, bitch. I haven't got the microphone. 8,000 likes. You be quiet. What's your name? Not Michael Blaustein. Shut up. Love you. Honestly, you have a nice energy. So I answer your question. Go ahead, man. What's up?
So if you know all that,
if I know all what? I've been talking for an hour. I'm fucking right. Go ahead.
if you know all that you know, then how do you know so much?
If I know all that I know, how do I know so much? You're talking like a parrot that just learned English. I'm gonna need security when I leave because she gonna fuck me up. For real. She gonna beat me up.
I asked you how many motherfuckers in this bitch. All that you know, how am I gonna know what I know, but you know, bitch. Anyway, so I'm trying to ask you, I know, but she know. Turn it around.
Be quiet.
You need to be quiet. This is my show, bitch.
What's up? You Charleston Whites head. What's up? You Charleston Whites head.
This is when I'm like, no one is with me. This isn't real. The little kid in me is going, are you shitting me? This is awesome. There's so many cool cars. Like, this is so fun. Couple Porsches, Lambos, and shit behind me, in front of me. We're all like doing this, staying together. And I was supposed to meet up with Franklin that night from Grand Theft Auto. Supposed to meet up with him that night because we're going over some stuff. He calls me in the middle of this car run and I'm zipping. So I put him on speaker. I have him on speaker. As I'm whipping through in the hills and all these cars, I just hear, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "What's up? What's up, Sean?"
Solo's biggest break wouldn't come until about 2013 when he became the main voice role of Franklin on GTA 5. GTA 5 became one of the biggest games ever, and after almost 10 years, the game is still relevant. And as of now, it's the second highest grossing game ever. This will take Solo's life to another level, generating him money and several opportunities. Solo will act in several other movies and even write a book about his life and everything that he went through. Solo will also do several interviews describing his life and also the events around the Ice Cube situation and what caused their beef and their fight.
To the Don Mecca, because people look at Cube as, he's the gangster.
Right.
Like, you better watch out. No, he better watch out. That's how it was at that time, bro. You know what I mean? And when that happened, when that incident happened with me and Cube, it was nothing to me. That's just, it fell into what you do as being in the streets at that time. That's just me. And we scrapping, bro. And something on you, I need, that's just how it was going, bro.
Right.
That's what happens. You still see that to this day. Fight, jump off, dude, get off the bottom of the pile. Where my watch at? Where my necklace at? That's just how stuff was, bro. Right. So, people took it crazy and stuff, but me and Q, we kind of hammered that down. Mac 10 intervened in the middle of it and try to squash it because I was just going everywhere with the chain on and was daring anybody to do anything. It's a lot of stuff that people don't know that when, I went to his neighborhood and told everybody in his neighborhood, bro, this is a true story, man, he can have his chain back. And I used to wear it all the time and didn't worry about nobody taking it from me. And I was like, he can have his chain back, bro, as long as he come back and fight me again. But Q just was like, nah, man, we gonna let that ride, you know what I mean? Right. So Mac 10 orchestrated the deal. I give Mac 10 the chain. Mac 10 tell me he gonna get me all this stuff, he gonna give me this. And it took too long to where I start pressing Mac 10 like, well, you better get my fucking chain back. And he was like, man, Solo, that it wasn't yours from the jump, bro. Get my chain back or give me yours. It's gonna happen one way or the other. I'm gonna get my W back, bro. So I ended up getting paid. Mac 10 ended up taking care of me, making sure shit was straight. Then me and Cube ended up sitting down, man. Man to man. Sitting down. He was filming the Jamie Foxx show and Players Club at the time. And he had these black eyes because I didn't know I did him that bad because I spazzed out. And he had these big black glasses on. And I remember us sitting in Jerry's Deli and he was just shaking the whole table while he was sitting there with me. And I was like, dude, calm down, man. I know you, bro. Right. We ain't got to go through all this, man. Let's just figure some things out. So he was inviting me to Laker game. He just wanted to make it a bond even tighter. But my loyalty to Cam was worth more than signing and make more money now.
Are you his boyfriend or something? Are you jerking his cock? You're gonna fuck me up? You're gonna fuck my little ass up? Fuck my ass up then!
Yo, bro, back up, bro. Get away from me.
That's not you.
That had no Serena.
Bro, kick rocks, bozo.
Yo, bro, get on my face.
Yo, bro, get out of his face. Yo, are you his boyfriend or something? Are you jerking his cock? You're gonna fuck me up? You're gonna fuck my little ass up? Fuck my ass up then!
Yo, bro, back up, bro. Get away from me.
Bitch ass nigga, yeah. What
get his scary ass, man.
I ain't going to this bag.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I can get some sour with that.
Man.
What you want to do? That nigga a bitch. So fat Albert looking at his own. No, I don't got my shit. Man, it's over, man. What a nigga want to do? What up? Do me something. Do me something. You a bitch. You a bitch. You not like that. What up?
I've been living.
We can have a shootout right now. We can get in the shootout right now. What up?
I don't got my bank.
Oh. Beat the fuck out you, boy. Beat the fuck out you, boy. Hey, where you going? You got it? I don't got my shit. I don't got my shit.
Man, every time I get a haircut, I go home and punch on my baby mama. For no reason. Oh. Fuck that. Next I need my shit cut down. Oh, shit. My fault, good.
You trying to have a bang out?
I'm good. Have a nice day, sir.
You want beef?
That's good. I'm straight.
Why you be snitching? Why
Y'all just mind your business. Like you the first black person I've ever seen like broke the black.
You must ain't had no grandmama.
No, I got a grandma still to this day.
Your grandmama tell on the police. She'll call the police somebody do something wrong.
No, she mind her business.
She see somebody breaking her neighbor house. You lying to me? No Jesus. Do she believe in Jesus?
Call her. Yes. Call your grandmother.
She'll tell.
So Granny, so you in the house, you see somebody breaking into your neighbor's house. Is you gonna say something? Or you gonna mind your business? Oh, he's right. You a snitch? I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga.
I'm that.
What's up, nigga?
Wait. Can I say that too? What's up?
I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga.
I'm that.
Woman wants to know if black men are really well endowed or not. That's not a thing here.
Right here.
In the 1990s, York and his followers bought 480 acres of land in rural Putnam County, 70 miles southeast of Atlanta. They built pyramids and obelisks. At its peak, the property housed 500 followers, including families with children.
When no one tells us what to do but us.
I mean, we called it a cult. That's what we always called it.
Sheriff Howard Sills led the investigation that put the man he knew as Dwight York in prison in 2002. York is serving a 135-year sentence for child molestation and racketeering.
You know, almost all of these cults have a disastrous end to them in some way. Sometimes, you know, whether it's Jim Jones, mass suicide, or whether it's York molesting a bunch of children.
Although York went to prison, his followers remain.
All right.
You think he's giving them compliments until you realize non means no in French. Non. You think he's giving them compliments.
Listen, this is what I'm talking about. This is what gay men. This is what gay.
You a clown.
This is what gay men do.
You out here begging me.
I charge you in the name of Jesus. I charge you in the presence of God. And in the presence of this congregation to love your children as much as you love your own life. Never allow your children to have any doubts about the depth of your love. Teach them. Teach them to love. Teach them to obey God. Let them see your life. Let them see the evidences working in your life that He is your personal Savior, that God is your Savior. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the demonstration. Lord, take away the fear. I come against the fear that says they can't do this. Lord, I come against that fear in the name of
A black woman. A black woman.
You motherfucking dirty black bitch.
God damn! Wait. A black woman. I was shocked. When have you seen a man stand up for his girl like this?
Tell your husband to see me. Tell your fucking husband to see me. You motherfucking dirty black bitch.
There wasn't a time when we didn't have what we needed. Are you all there, saints? And I want every parent that's here, I want these parents right here that are standing before me to stretch your hands towards this team. Because many of them are already parents and their children are already grown. And now the thing shifts and they need something else. They need a kind of wisdom. They need a kind of direction. For grown kids is a different thing. Grace that comes to this area of our lives, of our culture. It's very difficult to separate, however, education from family. I want to tell you with a bit of grief that several years ago in our nation, we gave the authority which was ours. I'm talking about the church. We gave the authority which is ours to the state. Now the state tells us what is good, what is right, and what is wrong for our children. Now the state has taken their position, which we allotted them, unfortunately, the church. God did not give the authority nor the job of the church. He never gave it to the state. The word of
You're like, man, I've sent some dick pics in there to these women. Like, don't post my shit. Guys, do not make these people upset. You don't know what they'll do.
Be seen with celebrities. If you do these things, you would be considered a financial influencer, and you can teach courses like Brother Polite. Let's look at some of the stuff that this guy teaches. Let's be clear. He's teaching people about the stock market. My question is, how? What knowledge? What education does this guy? And then look at the flyer. Just like, is this? Just be honest with yourself. Is this the type of flyer that would attract you as someone who wants to learn about the stock market? Not just learn how to master the stock market from this guy. This is the best we can.
Eric Kushner lined in, it would have been lined in with who though? You said he held him back. With Trump.
Jared Kushner is an example of how the Jewish people have their hand on every single business that controls the world. And everybody knows that faux fact. Like, you ever seen the movie, Lego Movie, where the guy realizes everything is the same company?
And first thing, I want to send you the video, homie. We're talking to the kid at the youth facility. First thing the kid said, hey, I said, do y'all know me? I saw you with Aiden Ross.
That's not a thing here. But if you go to a place where there are no Black people and they've heard things, I mean, it's mind-blowing stuff. I got your mic, but that's me down there. Your mic, Mike. I was like, all right, I got your mic, but that's me down there. Your mic, Mike. I was like, all right, I got your mic, but that's me down there. Because they had just never seen.
West Side. The Stop the Violence Celebrity Basketball game kicks off today at 2 p.m. It is a free event to attend. It's hosted by Chicago's own Twista and Dex Millions. Players from Chicago's favorite TV shows like The Chi and Power Book Force and other celebrities will suit up for an afternoon of a lot of fun, while also spreading an important message about gun violence. There will also be a small business fair and book bag giveaway.
Everything's always my fault. Facts. Now let me stop. Stop. So welcome to another edition of Cross the Line Radio. Normally we come every Thursday night from 10 to 12 midnight. Tonight, the reason why we're on Friday instead of our normal Thursday schedule is because, we got a lot of brothers and sisters coming in from out of town because this is the weekend
of headquarters or Harlem's cookout events. So, you know, we do regional cookouts every summer. We did Chicago in July. We're doing Harlem this weekend. The UK is in September. Houston is in October. Cali is in November. And then Florida is in December. So this is the weekend. No, Texas is November. Okay, Texas. Who's October? Cali. I don't know about that. I'll have to look at it, but I could be right. So that's why we switched it today. So we just had the scripture breakdown class with Jenna Muhammad. I got to give him a big up for the way he broke down, because there's a lot of Israelites teaching that you're gonna rape in the kingdom. I ain't never heard no bullshit. Like, y'all wonder why ISUBK say we're not affiliated with nobody else. That can explain it. I have no desire to rape at any point. And you got Israelites that call themselves blaming Christians for everything. This one, you got the video? Can you get that video? This cat said, I'm gonna rape according to the law.
Said it too. It's just like the series that I had.
And he said it with such
specifically called out.
And Pastor Sam, I'm gonna come to you in a second. I just got to get some of this stuff out. And I think my man Dre was in the room, Triller was in the room. Y'all, of course, come on stage and be witness to this slaughter. And anybody else want to raise their hand, you can definitely come up. Please do. You got the audio? Please play that audio.
Lying. When you say that the Most High doesn't condone rape, but he condones it and he orchestrates it in times of war. So does that answer your question? Why the nigga don't answer the question? Does the Most High condones rape in times of war? Or not?
No, nigga.
Are we marrying the heathens or not? Yes, nigga. Yes, I'm going to break and follow the fucking law. If that happens, we're going to fucking war. I'm going to follow the Lord. Deuteronomy 21:10-14. Nigga, I'm not afraid to say what the fuck I'm saying. Yes, nigga. Yes, I'm going to break and follow the fucking law. Yes, nigga. Yes, I'm going to break.
Stop. I don't want to hear no more of that. He said, I'm a great, because he don't want to say the word rape. I'm going to rape according to the law.
Because of that today, that we engage in a time of blessing and protection and guidance. But we have the authority in the name of God, and by the word of God, we have the authority to protect our children. You have the authority to be protected. Those of you who work in the arena of education. In fact, I'd love to see you, if you work in any sphere of education, would you please stand? We want to honor you today. God bless you. Come on, saints. Woo. You want to talk about heroes? I'll tell you what. You may be seated. The more I learn, the more
Cabrini Thursdays, man, I tell you. And with that being done, I could turn the camera back on and either we can have a conversation, because I know how to drop the link now. That's a part of it. And open it up. The message is gone out. It's very clear to me. Look, I even got outtakes. Hey, I'll be doing too much with it though, but we'll talk about it. He said it's going to be a body bag session if I drop the link, so let me go on and drop the link anyway. And now the actual bill could take place, because there's so much that we can get bombarded with. Some of it pans to the left side of our brain, some of it pans to the right. The executive functioning is sometimes hit with the neurological, the biological processing elements of all of that garbage and trash. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's soft. The juxtapositions happen in real time where we're negotiating even with ourselves whether or not entertainment value is worth it. And so we can click on, we can click off. But as parents, we don't have the ability to regulate what our children may have access to. And we understand that they're also experiencing the same level of bombardment with information. It's at that rate. And so there's the gaming community where it's opened up a battle for free speech and what free speech content looks like and is. But there's also one at the state or the local level, national level, if you think about education from that lens, but that's mostly down to the state to determine. And then from the family's lens, if they choose private or public education for their individual households. For those who may not have children and are just the adults dealing with these adults who experience these types of folks, I know that message also resonates with them as well. However it comes across, we have conversations in the B1 network that can highlight some of that, but we can't highlight all of that. I know this piece that I put together, as long as it was, has multiple layers. So it's very, very convoluted at times. And so the link is in the chat. If somebody wants to join, that's more than appreciated. Let me take my other share screen off. Make space for that conversation. And in any event, what did the epic Loop Drill Charleston White Unhinged teach me? I'll take a moment to have that conversation too. I put it together mostly over July, even before he got out the pig poker and he was challenged to a celebrity boxing tournament style event. And he ended up hitting somebody in the head with object, what he would typically call a tool or one of his props or a weapon or one of those things. We've seen on many occasions, well, there was the one where he wanted to have a verbal back and forth with the child of T.I. over a response from a juvenile. And we saw how that kind of played out as the juvenile posted the videos and was kind of picking and humiliating Charleston White over that. That instance of where children are in adult spaces or have access to adult content, and then because it's no longer isolated, the Charleston White as a comedian or a world entertainer, his did I put the right one in there? Yeah, I think that's the right link. Yeah, it should be the right link. All right, but his actual physical person going into those spaces, Atlanta, you know, the old Chitlin circuit, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Florida, wherever he would like to go and be a comedian or perform, his antics are akin to the person in the diaspora who was in Japan making those types of remarks about Hiroshima, Japan, Nagasaki, and all of those things. And the people in Japan just started smacking him in the head. And they were like, well, if you go to those places where the natives are and you are insulting and you are popular like that, just thinking that it's a YouTube, it's a gimmick, it's a show, I'm an entertainer, that celebrity that you've garnered there for the things that you've said, it still translates to them in a way where they took it as an insult, not as comedy. Likewise, in America, people have the right to feel insulted. That's still on them to manage their personal reactions to it. And if they choose to move into a space of physical violence, then whose rights are to be protected? The person who was exercising his free speech to be a comedian and put himself in harm's way, or the person who felt insulted and then was required to restrain themselves from doing what it is that they could have done to said person out of their own individual protest. So that First Amendment right gets expounded upon in so many ways that it becomes tolerable of insults. It's that hate speech that people would want to disavow as a part of our acceptance in the monetization. But capitalism and in America gets deeper than just hate speech. And the places where Americans go and they try to celebrate their sovereign right to free speech, to say what they want to then have American protection of their free speech with the ability to call some form of an authority to their rescue. Charleston White is an example of finding out that even said authorities on domestic grounds may be slow to the response. And those natives that feel insulted will exercise their sovereign right as they do. And so for him, he has his props and his tools that he likes to take to accompany his gimmick as he ventures out along the Chitlin circuit and makes his money, makes his bag. A way to be safer and to mitigate some of that risk, he would consider like banging on wax in the 90s, just making diss records or being insulting to other groups, other native groups, even in America, as a way to earn his bag. He would be insulting in ways that our children can't protect themselves from. He became popular, but to them, they only knew him by proxy to his whiteness. Aiden, or whatever, Aiden Ross. And Aiden Ross then being I don't know if it's the antagonist or the person that is a catalyst for the bag in Charleston White's eyes. Aiden Ross, and a partnership with Aiden Ross, was supposed to open up doors for a safer business venture that he felt he could trust. And so, being as bold as he was, let me check one more thing out. Okay, so I don't got too many people in the comment section. It doesn't look like we're going to get any other feedback. I'll rock it out for a little bit longer, and then I'll let the others come on in. But again, on YouTube, I'm not sure if it's going to save. I know it said it will not record for the most part. It won't save the recording because of storage requirements. And that's always the thing when live or broadcasting or even using pre-recorded, they sell you up to so much, and then they sell you again on, now that you've used so much, you need a little bit more, and then you have to keep building if you want to keep building. I'm at that point where I do have enough content that's already there to where if I wanted to keep going, I would have to pay for some more. And because I have not set my channel to be monetized yet with no AdSense, and then my message, again, the way that the message comes across, it's not one, whether I use the videos or not, it's not one to stand the algorithm for monetization. It is the counter message that does get the suppression. It's not saying that, hey, let's all put on our pride parade best and pick up the flag and march with them. I'm still at the space of understanding the Black journey and my Black experience and the Black history that it entails my family and where we've come as a people. And because of that, I can be a little bit more narrow in scope on learning what it is I find value in my journey, and then extending at my grace those other stories that may have been in proxy to the Blackness, right? So as America was looking to establish itself, as the states' rights were playing out and being applicable in the late 1990s, is where I was still a child, which is, I'm looking at a lot of different comedians there. The 90s experience was heavily influenced by hip hop. And so I look a lot into the 80s and 90s. Likewise, because some of the OGs, that's what they emphasize. Look at the crack era of the 80s and 90s to better understand where we're at today. And from that argument, it expands to the condition or the state of education, because that was the most of my day, Monday through Friday in the 90s, was the education. I graduated in the class of 2000 from the high school part of that. And so with that, the 80s and 90s is the first part of my life that I found value in researching, and then extending that to family is my parents' struggles. And that their struggles was born in the 50s and the 60s. Their struggles preceded the 80s and the 90s. Their high school coming of years was that of the 70s. And then as my mom came of years, it was like the 80s. And so learning theirs extended to like my aunts and then my cousins who I was raised with, and seeing that what they would call in the pro-quacks sector, not the ancestry.com. It hasn't expanded to ancestry.com, but just the lineage, or the just the lineage argument. From there, my mom's side of the family took a predominant share after the 90s. So into the 90s and into graduation from high school. So elementary, junior high, high school, it was mostly my mom's side of the family with some of my dad's side of the family. And so being able to extend to who are your aunties and what, and their relationships status, how they were able to sustain their relationships with my cousins being a primary crutch to who do I look to as how do I define masculinity or femininity roles in society. All right, so from there, outside of education, we have family, we have the family story, learning my mom's, my aunties, and my uncles. from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, as they were born in the 60s and 70s. Then society and education wants to teach us about the civil rights era of the 60s, which is the era, when my parents were even children. And so with that, then reinforcing an external message and how that message kind of resonates today in my ability to walk and go through society and facilitate whatever it is that I would like to accomplish. So that learning, and where I learned those messages, I like to build on that. The Reverend that you saw from Metro City celebrating their August 13th, 2023 Back to School Sunday program, they went to the virtual space during COVID, and that was a good move that many churches did not have the audio technical ability to do, is live streaming. And while they do the live streaming services, they're recorded and then edited versions that they do make available for their members. Those are also a way that we saw society grow. But with that, it did make the 501c3 model of doing church, and having church, the 501c3 used to be where they couldn't say so much, or they had to abide by certain regulations and restrictions. He made a statement, Bishop Flynn, who is blood relative on my mom's side, made a statement, and they're Johnson sides of the family. And the Johnson family, I pick fun at the Johnsons because the Johnsons is such a vast name. The Johnson family in America covers black and white as well, for those who are a part of the diaspora and rocking with me today. Johnson is one of those big names, and Johnson names. They go so far back to where tracing your own ancestry first has to start with your blood relatives that you do know, and then learning if there were any relationships that deviated from the heteronormative, which many were. And finding out that my grandmother had multiple partners was one of those ones where it was like, okay, you have two sides of the family where your family is this male, this paternal bloodline is Moses. And then you have this side of the family, aunts and uncles, who have a different father from this same woman. And so reconciling that information and still saying, well, the mitochondrial DNA connects all of you, that then has value long before people get to an ancestry.com, which can generalize, or an Africa 23andMe type of test, which will then generalize information that you may or may not know from the science community. And whether or not the science community validates your own personal journey is on you. But I have seen some personal testimonies like Emmett Smith's, where they went through and they found okay, this was the family member who was linked to the white slave owner, and this is why that second family status was established in their household with the lens of black and white, or with the lens of darkism, colorism. And so from that, they had to reconcile the colorism element in their family. And then I learned a little bit about the reconciling of the color difference in minds. Also, the status element between those who became reverends and walked along that path, and those who went military and walked along that path, versus those who are just kind of, they went towards it, work and career. In the uncles, not just in the cousins, but in the uncles. That broad family tree is all encompassing. It has a lot of darkism, a lot of colorism, a lot of learnings, but there was also a lot of misogyny undertones there as well. Because what I tend to observe in my own family tree was that it was not the mitochondrial DNA that was being the most spread, but the patrilineal that kept deviating and creating its own separate trees at a higher rate than the women. The women then having one father, there was more cousins, more women in my family tree, cousins, who had fewer mates than there were men who had a vast community tree, or that experience where it was like one family here, second family amongst their own kids. I mean, and so that is a lot to process on an individual level. I know people do it on their own terms. Many folks are able to do that by growing up with their family in one close-knit community, multiple generations, same geographic location. That form of insulation is like gutter geechee, almost like gullah geechee, where you can raise your entire generations with their partners inside of one geographic central location. What I also observed in my family tree is the distance from which people raise their individual families. So those who actually left where Big Mama and them lived versus those who remained where Big Mama and them lived. And the different dynamics in my own family. So from that lens, my blood relative from Metro City celebrating their August 13th, 2023 Back to School Sunday program, where they had the pulpits full. I mean, there was room for prayer for many more, but what do you call them where they sit down? Not the pulpit where he preaches from, but the pews, excuse me. Many family members attending a church under his stewardship. And so his message to them was to the parents that they do still have, and what I would say, he charged the parents with a spiritual obligation to stay involved in their children's lives as they're growing up, even as they're dealing with adult children. And that message, I think, had a lot more value than what we saw from the secular side or the worldly point of view, the legal argument. So I do want to give a little bit of shine to the legal argument and the two characters that were, I guess, the antagonists to white people, or the Aiden Ross, Andrew Tate, the Jared Kushner type of deviation of an argument. One that says, well, Black media will only be successful if we align ourselves with Jewish media, and we can't trust Black people. And so I wanted that juxtaposition to be there as well. One from the lead attorney, being somebody who specialized in it and got his certification, and then another one being Tony the closer, who seems to specialize in using the system and legal loopholes to profit. And Tony the closer and his dealings with Tasha K. Now, why was that important? As we know, we're B1 Network, and so we deal with principles that have clashes in a social media or YouTube space. As we exercise free speech with some certain of parameters, it's hard for us not to go fully unhinged when dealing with those controversial characters or roles in the YouTube space. Those who would use YouTube as just a commodity or as a platform for insulting, offensive speech. While that is not our intention to just come on and do so, we know that there is a higher value or a higher vibrational use for YouTube or any of these other platforms. There's a higher vibrational use for free speech in general. We see in real time the analytics will suppress our position of principle, and there is a greater interest in the drama. When the drama happens, the viewership can go up, and when the drama gets more mellow, it can kind of peak out, and then once it kind of gets more informative, it goes back down. So if I act a clown or if I act a fool, if I act a step and fetch it, has some validity if you are a capitalist. If you're anti-capitalist or moving towards more socialism and managing socialism in a democratic form, then you do believe that there are ways to which regulation can be healthy in finding our balance. The unrealistic expectation is to assume that we, or me as a content creator, Brother Moses, can continue to log on and observe all of the craziness and not be influenced by it as I see their bag growing and growing and growing. The body bags of the Captain Tazariaks, the Taz exclusives, the Suave Boss, the Brother Domo, the Anonymous, the Anon, the Q Butter, those folks, when they choose to stand on principle and not play the clown, they lose number-wise to the fraud, scammer, buffoons who do not actually have that passion. We can continue to take W's that are moral high ground victories, but those moral high ground victories get far less viewers than it would be if we just continued to bash and go on an all-out blitz of those we find insulting in the same space, right? And because the bag is in actually being the better insult, we would play right into that game, and it would no longer be what seems to be B1 Network content. Our principles can be very clear and straightforward, and charging people to stand on our principles is what seems to put many people who operate social workers or social work, social behavioral, all of those type of programs in the community. That's the grand penalty of trying to do the right thing. Doing the right thing leaves you a bit independent. I mean, leaves you a bit dependent on those who would be insulting to stop being insulting for your work to finally say, okay, we're done. And we don't get the bag for doing the work while they get the bag for continuing to be insulting. Adding them or putting the @ symbol to let them know that I'm addressing what they're doing or their behavior, something they said. Here's a clip that I have, and then continuing and going back and say, here on this clip, July 23rd, we see Charleston White doing this. And then doing that for every clip, we would never win that battle, because their clip alone is what the algorithm is seeking, or what the company itself is seeking with its algorithm. They want the shorter clip. We could have just came out and said Charleston White on some scam and fraud shit, attempting to sue people the same way that Tony the Closer does whenever he has a grievance with his partners. And boom, headline over. The same way that he backlashed at Tasha K, the lead attorney finds more reasons to make women the bad people and to defend degeneracy. Boom, headline over. Charleston White attempts to use Aiden Ross and the LGBTQ community to advance his comedic efforts or something like that, and fails. Headline over. I mean, and if people only want the headlines, then the good message is not even a headline that can stand to resonate. That good message comes in, it feels good for a moment, but it's really back to the drama that we were expecting. We anticipate that level of drama to the extent where oftentimes, if it's not drama, it can seem uncomfortable. And I didn't normalize that. The change-ups that were presented in a plot twist, some of them were intentional, while others were just let them speak, because we know that if we let some of them speak, they're going to tell on themselves. While the other way around, people that want to hear somebody who has a voice, they will be willing to listen. It doesn't need a short clip. And while they get it, they will still give us, those who have that positive intention, the platform. So with that being said, I didn't spoke enough about this topic. I haven't seen anyone join the chat, so I'm gonna be done with what I had to do. You know, we didn't have plenty of conversations about this expanding universe, this metaverse, moving out of the metaverse. Now it was just Facebook. And once it became about the monetization, now it's a metaverse, right? And so the intersectionality of taking people's private lives from Facebook and seeing who they are, where they are, and making it normal that we can access people in real time, whether they're comedians, singers, entertainers, or public officials, and making their information public, that is trending on a universal level. And it is trending in ways that we may not have assumed, i.e. dating. Dating deals with body count when you're dealing with these men. And these men in the LGBT community, many of them are walking in maleness, and it's an adapted adult, but it's like a juvenile maleness that hasn't resonated with rejection yet. It hasn't reconciled rejection yet, marriage-wise rejection, or mating-wise rejection, dating, who I want to be with-wise rejection, let alone have they reconciled with that two-ness that W.E.B. Du Bois talks about, chasing whiteness, or chasing white approval, or chasing white acceptance, or Jewish acceptance, however they want to paint white ice. And so for them to have not reconciled with racism, they can find messages like Marcus Garvey and the Passport Bros to be something that gives them a leg up. I encourage them to get the fuck out of America, because a standard law of 18 is something that even as a Christian, they find repugnant once they're, you're that dad. When you're that dad, you're like, no, I don't want these people having access to my daughter when she just turned 18. And so for us to have to negotiate 18 with these people was a far stretch, but that is the work that we have to continue to do. The spiritual sense of it is that we cannot let go of our protection. The secular view is that it is monetized, that they profit off the exploitation or the destruction of Black bodies. The positive message still has a space for those who want that positive message, and it will not come in those small snippet sound bites. Put them all together, it looks disorganized, but it is what it is. And so till the next one, I am B1 Brother Moses. That's all I got. And so I'm out. Salute. 2 hours. And I'm out.